I'm really pleased with this Pysanka and how it turned out. So I've been using red cabbage dye, and what I love about red cabbage dye is that it continues to give for a great length of time. This is I think it's the fourth Pysanka I've dyed in it, maybe the third. And each time the dye comes out a different color, because as the dye ages, it's going from more acidic to being more alkaline. And it's also giving a different color when it does that. So you saw in an earlier video this same design, but on the Pysanka that was a gift for the land. This is now a Pysanka that will be for exhibit. And so as such, I've emptied the contents, and you can see in the very center of here that there's a little hole and another little hole. You know, some people think that making Pysanki are relegated to Easter only, as Easter eggs. But I haven't seen any indication from anything that I've read that says that you can't make Pysanki at other times of the year. And in fact, my thought, and maybe I'm wrong, I'm willing to be wrong. My thought around it is that what's getting borrowed perhaps is the idea that the strongest Pysanka, in terms of its talismanic power, is gathered at early spring. And it's gathered if you could find a hen who lays her very first egg ever when she is at point of lay. If she were to lay that on the new moon closest to spring, just before spring, just as spring is coming on, that particular egg would be considered very potent. And part of the ceremony of making Pysanki is heightened or strengthened if you can do it as same-day medicine. So same-day medicine in the Slavic tradition is something where you've made the entire talisman in one day. So in this case, for a Pysanka, that would mean that you would wake up very early in the morning, put on your best clothes, and greet the day and greet the earth. And you would go outside and you would gather water from either a well or from a spring or from a river or a stream. And even better if you can gather it from 3 sources or 6 sources or 9 sources of wild water. Then you would bring that water home and you would prepare your dye. And after preparing the dye, and while it's cooling, you would then, if luck would have it, you would be able to have that very strong talisman of an egg that was from the point of lay hen, her first egg on a new moon in spring. And barring that, at least have a fresh egg, a farm fresh egg. And sit down, write the entire Pysanka, dye it, and then reveal it, all within that one day. Now, I work with natural dyes, so for me, it's usually a 24-hour dunking in the dye before the Pysanka is ready. So I can't really do same-day medicine with natural dye. However, I can get pretty darn close. I'm usually done within sort of not quite a 24-hour period, but I guess if you add on an extra few hours to the 24-hour period, then I'm complete the medicine of the Pysanka. And so here is the reveal. It's probably a little shiny because the light is shining on this one side, other side, the top, the bottom. I'll let this absorb the oil, and then it'll be ready to be stored until the exhibit. There you go. A little bit more about the traditions.